Okay, here we are. I'm getting my radar set up here in the Hornet. This is Hornet versus Thunder. And we're just kind of getting everything set up so that if we need to switch to AIM-9s, we're ready to go. Getting our AMRAMs set up so that it's kind of the way I like, especially when I'm going up against a single enemy. I don't necessarily need the really wide scan. Not sure if I'm doing that correctly, but that's just what's been working for me so far. Get our EW page up, and we're going to crank off to the left. And we're going to start gaining some energy and some in terms of altitude and airspeed. We're going to gain some energy, put them over on the right side of our display, and get our radar to looking over there. Now, one thing that I noticed, and this is me not being very experienced with this radar, is I'm not in TWS mode. I'm in range while scan, and so I can make my radar look over there for a second, and it will even automatically lock up the target like this, like what just happened there, but it just wasn't behaving the way I expected it to behave, and so I've gone back to using TWS mode. I think in the last video I was using TWS mode because of the behavior. So this is just me needing to figure out the radar modes a little bit better. Anyway, we're at closing in on 30 miles. And I'm going to continue cranking. Based on what happened with the F-15, I don't want to wait too long. But I'd also I like giving my first missile a chance, and if you don't give it a chance, they really don't need to maneuver very much. So we're turning in a little bit sooner here. And Fox 3, we're going to line up on them. We're going to continue through the turn, and we're going to dive and put them over on our left side, the old larboard side. I know that there's an SD-10 in the air. I haven't seen it, but it looked like there was a contrail. Sometimes it's hard to tell if that's their contrail or the missile's contrail, but there I definitely see a contrail. So we're going to start maneuvering, popping countermeasures, and my missile just hit. So we just have to evade this missile. I see him going down. I'm a little bit slower than I want to be, and smack. He died first, so I think I won this fight, but we are going to do it again. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. We're going to call it a draw, and we're going to go again. Okay, we are set, and we're ready to go. We're going to crank to the right, once again putting him off on our left. Try to climb a little bit while building up some speed. As always, we want that energy. Of course, he's going to be doing the same thing. And then we're going to make our radar look over to the left. And here again, this should snap back to the center view, the radar will. So I'm guessing, I haven't really researched this, and it's been a long time since I've watched any videos that weren't in TWS mode for the Hornet, but I'm just guessing that that's the default range while scan behavior, that you can temporarily look over and then it's going to center itself back up for you because you're trying to keep well, I don't know what I'd be speculating wildly on the reason for it, but so we're going to switch to TWS mode. Ah, yes, that's more the symbology I'm used to seeing. Make it look over to the left. We're going to turn back in a little bit because he was getting a little bit close to the border of the screen, of the display. I want to keep him on the display. We are getting tracked. Can see some additional symbology on this display there, so I can probably lock him up here. And of course you can hit the, I can't remember the switch, it's like the nose wheel steering switch, I think. which is the automatically locks them up. I don't really need to necessarily right now. We're at 30,000 feet, Mach 1, we're looking good. They're at less than 30 miles, so we locked him up. We're going to go ahead and start turning in right now. Put it to auto so that hopefully we can keep him locked as we maneuver a little bit. We just got to make sure that we don't hit gimbal limits. Fox 3 as we come through. I'm not going to pause too much to launch. We're just going to go ahead and launch it. He's at 20 miles. And we're going to dive a little bit steeper this time. We're going to pop plenty of countermeasures. I don't know if a missile's in the air yet. I'm assuming there's a missile in the air, but I don't see any contrails for the missile. I don't want to turn. He's maneuvering pretty hard. Still don't see any missiles. No contrails, no missiles. We're going to turn back in. I want to make sure I get a follow-up shot, especially since he's kind of turning away from me. I'm in good position here. And Fox 3, but he just got smacked by my first missile, so that was an unnecessary launch. And I feel pretty good about that fight. I did a lot of things better than the first fight. And the JF-17 is a pretty solid opponent, not to be taken lightly. And so I'm happy with that performance. Still didn't do everything perfectly, but it's better. So we'll see you guys next time for what should be the finale of my bracket. And thank you for watching. Happy flying.